I recently ordered a caravan to be custom built. I have a 17-year-old utility truck that I intend to use as the tow vehicle for the caravan. Because the truck is so old, it does not have a rear view camera system, which these days comes standard in new vehicles. When towing a caravan, it is important to have rear view cameras at the rear of the tow vehicle as well as at the rear of the caravan. So last week I bought this rear view camera system from the company called Safety Dave. So I have a Safety Dave AHD 6-inch monitor which handles 2 channels for 2 cameras. I also bought a Safety Dave square camera, and in addition I bought a Woza 1-channel connecting cable which comes with adapters for 1-channel camera. This allows me to connect between the tow vehicle and the caravan via a coil. The Woza coil is also called a Suzy coil. It is important to assemble the complete circuit before installing to the tow vehicle and the caravan. So join me in this video as I set up my test bench, unbox the products and assemble the system to show you how I connect them. Let's start with the Safety Dave Car AHD Rear View Dash Monitor SDA HD6. Features are AHD, that's analog high definition, operating temperatures between plus 70 degrees Celsius to minus 20 degrees Celsius. Power source can be 12 volt DC or 24 volt DC. Specifications for this monitor are IPS screen. The display resolution is 1024 by 600 pixels, so it is not full high definition. The brightness 400 candles per meter square. Aspect ratio 16 by 9. There is a on-screen display menu. The system is PAL and NTSC compatible and has a speaker. The video input it takes is two-way 1080p or 720p or CVBS or mixed camera input. So now let's unbox it and see what is inside. A black bag containing a user manual for the 6-inch HD monitor SDA HD6. This monitor takes in a maximum of 2 video channels, V1, V2. The menu explains what's provided. Unfortunately, the user manual is very simple, doesn't explain how you actually operate the control buttons and what you see when you press them. Other items in that bag: bonus offer for the SDCM10, which is a camera system to sit above a license plate. There's also a brochure on how to set up the bench test for the system before installation. There is a pamphlet offering a 10% discount when buying the Woza coil kit. Safety Dave also sells the Safety Tire monitor system. Just a simple card repeating again the discounts available on the tire pressure monitor system and on an additional rear vision camera. Safety Dave also sells the heart sign defibrillator. There's a brochure providing a scan code to provide feedback. 2 marketing magnets. What else is in the box? A cable loom to connect to a battery power supply, as well as to connect to 2 separate video cameras. These look like 4-pin aviation connectors. There is also a 9-pin connector plug which joins to the monitor screen. There is a 7.5 meter 4-pin video extension cable. The cable is terminated with 4-pin aviation connectors. There is the SDAHD6 display monitor screen itself. It says the system is compatible to PAL or NTSC. Power supply 12 to 24 volt, made in China. Manufacture date 2022-11. I guess that means November. V1 and V2 video channels selection. Power button. That plastic button there is non-functional. At the back, this looks like perforation holes for 2 speakers. There is a suction cup mounting to mount the display monitor to the car windscreen. There is a mount with adhesive base, and I slot the back of the monitor to the mount. There is also a connector cover. This can be used to cover the connector if required. There's nothing else in the box. With the test bench setup completed, I will now provide power to the monitor and the cameras. Push the power button here. You'll see that the camera is capturing the image I'm pointing at, and the monitor is displaying the camera view. Now let me show you how to operate the menu. Push menu once, you get the image settings screen. It disappears very fast, so you have to be very quick to choose what you want. The menu should actually stay there and remain there until the user chooses to exit the menu. So that's not a good feature on this monitor. Anyway, I'll push menu again, and you see if I use the plus and minus, it will increase or decrease the value. I'll leave it at 50 for brightness. If I push V1 and V2, it moves it down to contrast. Again, I can choose plus or minus to increase or decrease the value. I'll push V1, V2 to scroll down again. Saturation, plus or minus to increase or decrease the value. For purposes of demonstration, I'll make the saturation value 60. Then I'll use the V1, V2 to scroll down to reset. And if I push on plus, you see that it has reset the saturation value from 60 back to 50, which is factory default. The reset changes all settings in image setting, in general setting, in system setting, in volume setting, completely returning them all back to factory. At the bottom of image setting is the version of the firmware V220510, which I assume is 2022 10th of May. If I push menu again, it will go to the general settings. Channel 1 guard is on. If I press plus to toggle on or off, the same thing for that and the others. In theory, this enables the monitor to display guidelines. However, the guidelines are not available on this 6-inch monitor. I find it strange that the software is not changed to suit the monitor and that non-applicable features are left on the firmware, and that is not good for a product. There's also channel 1 delay on or off, and to be frank, I still don't know what that does. On to the system setting, you can have the image upside down, or you can select channel 1 and 2 to have images mirrored. The value for VCOM DC can be changed from 0 to 40. It does nothing. Lastly, you can change the volume from 0 to 40. I've made it 0 because it's getting feedback since the camera is here and the monitor is there. That's it. That's the menu. Personally, I find the menu on this monitor to be rather poor quality and not user friendly. I think there's lots of room for improvement. I'll move the camera around just to show you what it sees. As I am in a room with artificial light, the image will probably be a lot better in outdoor sunlight conditions. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more and to help the channel grow. Thank you so much.